You suck at the game. I'm sorry. You just suck at the game. Hold on. Smooth ride. And I jumped over 3 cliffs. You couldn't jump over a rock. You can easily just play right? Because I feel like you're playing the game wrong and you're complaining about the fact that the game isn't adhering to you playing the game wrong. You want to feel like you're playing the game right because of how you play the game, but the game tells you how to play it. W chatter for saying skill issue.
You can ignore it and you can be okay with it. I'm mostly okay with it. I don't mind it much.
Then what the hell? What is this guy? What?
You you think you're dating hot work? Nah, bro.
Work?
Nah, bro. She's just using it and abusing you. You're not dating shit. She's and
oh no! Oh no! Holy projection! Drama has ruined you guys' mental. Drama has ruined you guys. You are so craving, starving for attention and drama. It has ruined you. It has. Look at what it's doing to you. Look at the fool you're making out of yourself right now. For drama. To get that nectar, that juice. Because you smell the syrup and you want it so bad. Oh nah, I'm crying. Welcome to a drama so stupid. Even Steven, his dad, subscribed. In today's video, it seems that someone has been trying to get my attention for quite some time now. And honestly, considering the framing in which he tries to come at me, I didn't entertain it in the slightest. However, I was bored today. And I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. Still on my tabs. Why the hell not? I was cleaning my tabs. I decided to check it out for a bit. The framing sucks, but the mannerism in which the video is in is something I can tolerate. He was raised. He's a lost soul right now, but at least his mama did a good job. He's raised. He has some decent mannerism that I think through proper back and forth, we can have a constructive conversation. And who knows, we might even be able to set an example for the community in how conversations can be had. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we're there yet. We're not. And obviously, I'm about to low myself. For sure, 100%. But I feel like I'm about to lean down a little bit. I'm not going to squat down. No. That's too much. Sometimes you squat down. That's it. That's how they get you. Now, I was going to lean down, so like, you know what I'm saying? just to see what's what and to see if we can do something with that. Because I do feel like this is obviously someone that's craving drama. This is obviously someone that wants attention and needs to nourish their lost soul. That's super obvious. It jumps at you immediately after you just see how they do things, etc. But the topic in question is something interesting enough for me to want to expand further on it, because I do believe it is a bit of an issue, which is the optimization issue in Wuthering Waves. I feel like patch 3.5 has introduced issues, and that's why I reacted to this creator stuff. Now, first and foremost, I'd like to say that I don't know this person, and considering the framing and mannerism they are coming at me with, I'm not really interested in knowing this person anymore. But I do believe that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There is. I feel like there is potential, not only as a person, but also as a CC. And I feel like as long as, once again, we can have a proper mannerism towards each other and have a proper conversation, we can definitely grow as individuals. And not only that, set an example for the entire community, because I do feel like we are tired of tribalism. We are tired of this immature, undisciplined, his mama didn't do a good job ass attitude in this space. Like, we're tired of that. Ultimately, we are in Loserville. Stop acting as a loser. Stop acting like a loser in Loserville. Like, you're the loser in Loserville, and you think like that's what makes you him. It's so stupid. And even if you think that's him, you're the king of losers. Wow, what a big boy. But anyway, that's how I'm going in. My mindset going into this. And now I think the title has changed. I think it was first something like if you come at me, you better not miss, or something like that. Ooh, it's a big boy there, man. There's some scary stuff. Bro, he's deep in the streets. He ain't to be messed with, bro. Gangsta or something. I don't know. But Yeah, we're talking about video games that sell anime girls, by the way. It's like he's this is why I said like he wants drama, he wants nourishment for his soul. Like titles like that, framing like that, it just screams, I give me attention. I need something. I want something to capitalize on so that I can let loose in certain areas in my soul because I'm not fulfilled, and that's a sad situation. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there. That's why I can be understanding towards it. And I think the thumbnail also is crazy. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the thumbnail is crazy. It was something else. I think he had me saying, you will eat shit and you'll love it or something like that, which I don't know how, which again tells me that this is a person that wants a response out of me, a rise out of me, so that way I can enable and give him an excuse to let loose. Now, a little bit more context is, which I think, because I saw a little bit to check out the mannerism that was being done here, whether or not I want to entertain this more or not. He was talking about movements, because the reason why I clicked on his video is because of the optimization. And it was also to really pile up every pile of information we have about the optimization issue, whether it's the Xbox issue, that because Xbox Wuthering Waves came out in Xbox, and that stuff is not looking good over there in terms of optimization, which makes the game very bad if you're playing it on Xbox. And 3.5 I do feel like has had a lot more RAM leakage, lots of hot fixes recently. You know, there's obviously clear optimization issues with Wuthering Waves. I think no one can deny that right now. And so that's what made me click on the video. Like, I don't know this person. I have no reason to commit you. I don't know you. And like I said before, considering your mannerism and your framing and what you're trying to do, I'm not even interested in knowing you no more. But I do want to hear what you have to say, at least try to have a conversation about the topic at hand. So without further ado, I think this is going to be a react to a react to a react. Oh boy. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to not miss any updates.
I guess I better go subscribe to VXV Gacha.
Video. It was this one. I thought he would react to the one where I called him out.
What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Bro, this guy and so hold on. So first, Rover has me right, but first of all, ladies, for all the ladies that may be watching, I don't like that stuff. All right, don't even try me like that. No, ma'am. And second, now it's this, dude. These AI thumbnails are, dude. Skull CJ done fucked it up for all of us, man. So Skull CJ has set up a meta. You know, we should call these guys the AI one. Like for example, this guy, the Skull CJ apprentices. This is like 3-star CJ. Yeah, this is 3-star CJ. 1,000,000%. Yo, CJ done fucked it up for us, man. God damn it. Now I have my face as a robber, and I have freaking female Rover freaking trying to dominate me and stuff, man. And it's all because of your ass. Where are you? We need more videos out of you, man. God damn it. I miss CJ, man. Where the hell did he go, bro? When he was needed most, he vanished like the Avatar.
Video. It was this one. I thought he would react to the one where I called him out. Okay, for this one, I think I remember this was sent to me. I didn't really watch it, but I have seen comments and stuff like that and got an idea of what he's saying here. He's trying to frame it as really bad, but it's not. Basically, what happened is someone in Genshin Impact, he quit Genshin Impact, and he managed to get a refund for everything he spent on Genshin Impact before quitting. And some people are saying that that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's a good thing. And the reason why is simple. Hoyoverse is a, let's just say, very greedy company. It is. Because when you especially look at the recent decisions they have made against the top-up sites, something that is pro-consumer, just to further their own greedy agendas in an attempt to make their own top-up sites, so that way they can avoid fees from the Play Store and App Store, just so that they can have even more money. It's really hard to feel for them as a consumer. It's really hard. And what I said was, there's an exploit. This is legal. You are allowed to do this. Your bank does this for you. Hoyoverse refunds you by themselves. You are legally entitled to that. So if you do that, you are within your right. Now,
I am always going to be for refundability for digital goods. I am. And considering that Hoyoverse isn't trying to say that this is a gambling site, that you are not gambling for these things, you should be able to get refunded, right? Because it's not a, I just buy this and, oh, well, I didn't have any luck and that way I can't get refunded or something. Because then you have to claim, because then you have to say that, well, there's gambling there. And if there's gambling, there's more taxes that come attached to that, and they can't necessarily say that. You see what I'm trying to say? That's kind of the gray area in where Hoyoverse is operating. So refundability is something I will always encourage. If I try this and I did not like my experience, I should be able to get my money back. That's just how products and stores and everything works. I have my receipt. This is my purchase. I am allowed to have a refund. They will give you that minus. That's fine, especially if you're quitting. That's totally fine. And that's it. You are still penalized, by the way, because if you are still want to use that one account, they are still penalizing you. And this is not the first time we have heard of refunds from Hoyoverse. For example, a child uses their parents' credit card. The parents have the legal right to demand a refund from Hoyoverse. That's a thing. That's the thing. Like, this is not the first instance we've seen Hoyoverse refunding someone. So him calling me out here comes off as very optics, very Hoyo shilly, and just, again, an attempt to grandstand and utilize something to go against me, because obviously what I'm suggesting there is in a very gray moral area. Like, morally speaking, obviously, this is not the proper thing to do, because you knew what you signed up for. You knew that this is gambling. Even though they're trying to say this is not gambling, it is gambling. It's just not to a high degree, but it is gambling. It is a tolerable casino, right? And so, because of that, there's a degree of responsibility that comes with you spending in that mini casino. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that people, when they see an exploit, they're not going to exploit the heck out of it. So hence why the morally gray area. And also when you realize that they are exploiting an exploit for a predatory game that's trying to exploit players, the gamers, that obviously have a loneliness issue. Like, I'm sorry, I have a hard time feeling bad for those people exploiting a billion-dollar company that's obviously this greedy and this predatory. Like, I'm sorry. I can't in good faith feel bad unless I'm trying to create optics and try to grandstand by what is the most morally thing, right? Like, I can't. I'll be lying to you guys. All right, I can't do that. To be honest with you, unless I feel like a response is forced out of me, where it's like it makes total sense and it's really in good faith. Like, as soon as I see someone coming at me in bad faith and trying to misrepresent what I say, I typically do not just... you're a waste of my time. You're a waste of my time. I will call exactly what you're trying to say. Kind of like what happened to me before with Mr. Poke. Like, if you come at me and immediately try to frame me negatively and try to do these mental gymnastics and all these fallacies that you complain about people doing to you, but then you have no issue doing to others... It's like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, that degree of hypocrisy is something I will not entertain. I'm simply just not going to entertain you. And that's it. Twice.
Out. I guess this is fine.
Yeah, I restart. He feels bad because I didn't respond. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Daddy's home. Part of the game, like, sorry, I kept you waiting. Kept you waiting, huh? Twice, if I'm not mistaken. But who cares? Okay,
he's right. Who cares, right? If it happens once or twice, it's a little, like, bothersome. Yeah, but it's just like, it happens, sometimes it be how it be. But when it happens, like, every single day, like, every single time, it gets very annoying. Like, it happened once. Okay, that's fine. Happened twice. Okay, that's fine. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. I've been playing since 1.0, and it's been like this since 1.0. And it's gotten worse, like, since 2.0. That's why I'm complaining. I'm not complaining because it happened once or twice. I'm complaining because... holy fuck, this keeps happening.
Is it? Okay, so we're complaining that the game requires a lot. They do a lot of hot fixes, and they keep it does be a bit of a pain to launch the game. Sure, that's fine, but see, the problem with what you're doing is obviously you're trying to frame the game as an inferior product to another game because of small issues like that for the most part most people don't necessarily care about. Like, yeah, sure, we're with you, but that's not enough of a reason to try and just demonize the game in the way you're trying to do. Like, that's just, you're obviously doing this in bad faith that I hope I'm wrong about. But anyway, the floor is still yours, man. But please prove me wrong, please.
Just Rossi, wincing bit.
Yeah. I'm sure I ain't the only one, but I'm just go ahead and say it. When there's a new patch, what I like to do is I like to alt tab a lot. So I alt tab, and every time I alt tab back to check what the game wants from me, they're like a patch complete restart. I'm like, okay. Also, I'm noticing his chat there. I can tell that it's full of Saint Sontas haters, and a lot of Saint Sontas haters dislike me a lot because obviously nuance towards Saint, because I don't necessarily have a problem with Saint as an individual. I may have sometimes an issue with what he does, but as an individual, I think he's okay. I do. I think he's fine. That's like, we're different in the what we can tolerate as individuals. For me, I can easily tolerate Saint. Like, it's not an issue for me. Sometimes he's low-key entertaining and funny, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, fine, go ahead. I'll tab back again to YouTube or whatever I'm doing. I wait again. I'll tab back. Oh, you need to restart again? What the fuck's going on? Anyway, because I'm just multitasking. Like, I don't necessarily care, right? But I'm pretty sure this man will have...
You boot up a game to play it, and you wait and wait for a patch. And then you go there to play the game, and you can't play the game. It tells you to restart and restart again. So you wait again. And then it tells you to restart again. At that point, might as well give up and go play something else.
It reminds me of the good old days. Remember the days when you buy a game, you immediately put it in your console and you start playing immediately? Them days gone, man. Them days gone since Xbox 360. The moment live service games were introduced, them days gone, man. They gone. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Yeah, back in my day, that was quite a complaint. So again, I think what you can start to see how bad faith he can come off as. What the hell are you talking about there? This is something that most live service games do. Like, it's within norms. It shouldn't be this way for all live service games, but here we are.
You don't want me to play the game? I'll play until done.
No, they want you to play the game. They just have to do their things. But unfortunately, this will cause certain players like this man frustration due to the lack of optimization. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he is saying right here. It be how it be. It was what happened. I had to restart. I was like, yeah, fine. You don't want me to play the game. I won't play the game. I'll go play something else. And I was also like finishing the stream, so
not everybody
it was whatever.
Can be patient and alt tab like the based individual that they are. Yeah, just not everybody gets to do that. That's right. Some people are impatient. They're like, let me in. They're going crazy wanting to play the game, man.
That was literally me trying to get into Wuthering Waves. They like making double sure that I was...
So he's a fan. All right, well, that's good. So we got ourselves a kudu batch that's hating Wuthering Waves. Well, isn't that new?
Want to play the game? So
because, you know, if you're like Hoyo games, you're a Hoyo shill, even though you don't even talk about him, or you're a kudu bat if you like Wuthering Waves, even though you don't talk about it.
Like... Now that you ask, do I really want to play Wua? Don't I have anything better to play? And I go play something better. So what's keeping me from playing Wua is actually Wua themselves. Yeah, I don't know what's keeping them from like locking into the optimization and like...
The reason why they're not going to do that is because the update schedule is very close. And if they were to polish every single time they update, that's just more work and more manpower. When they can easily dump that problem onto you. Why are they going to do that? Yeah, sadly.
This comes down to what I talked about the other day. I said that Wuthering Waves is on a tight schedule because they had to rush like 2.0 because of the failure that 1.x was. And they are now like always behind schedule.
Well, actually, it wasn't because it's a failure. It's because Renacida was supposed to be part of the main game from 1.0. But 1.0 was rushed, obviously, because of investors taking advantage of hype, Natlan, all that was happening with Hoyo. Like, they had to get there. That was the timing. It was a matter of timing. It was a matter of strategy. And unfortunately, the game suffered because of that, which is what we see right now for NTE, for example, in 1.0. 1.0s always typically tend to have issues. They do. Like, we had Tagido and NTE. That's just the first thing that came in my head, etc., etc. Like, I think in Genshin Impact, there was a lot of lag and a lot of bugs. The game, people were falling off, just walking around. And even Wuthering Waves was called Boogering Waves at the start. Like, typically 1.x has issues, but Wuthering Waves was very much more so accentuated because not only we had that, but also the game felt like it was a little bit empty at the start because of the lack of Renacida. Because it was there in the beta. That's what I do know. It was supposed to be there at the start, which makes sense when you think about it because, well, Genshin Impact started with Mondstadt and Liyue, so it's kind of the same thing.
Every time they had to fix something in the current patch and stuff like that, because they cannot polish it up, it just takes it's more time away, and they keep falling behind and behind and behind and behind. It's a problem they created. They can literally be like, hey, let's take a pause. Let's take a pause.
They can't. Well, obviously they can't. That's business. No, you're basically telling them, shoot yourself. They can't do that. They can't. Like, you're asking them to bleed players. They can't do that, sadly. That's just the nature of the business they're in.
Make a slower patch. Hey, exactly like NTE.
Because it's better. They're better off inconveniencing players like you than to not stay in the race. Because it's all about remaining in the race. Life's a marathon, man.
That game mode, there's no main story.
You gotta stay in
and
it.
They are just like slow cooking.
Especially business.
Slow cooking. So they can deliver a more polished product.
They don't care about that. They don't care about doing that. They need to do that to the extent in which it is easy. Kind of like CCs. Just a little bit of a truth bomb there for all you ladies and gentlemen in the audience.
Why can't Wuba do that? Just wait a little bit. At the start of the video, jump and then press to like go forward.
We're comparing a game in terms of movement.
Yeah. If you only like take that first part, I would react the same.
This is why I decided to respond to the video. He had me right here. I was like, you know what? He seems cool enough. All right, we'll see what you have to say.
Honestly, I would react the same if you only take like that first part. If you don't let me finish like my rationale, I would react the same.
Even after, man, I was still there with another where you can double jump Spider-Man and fly. So apparently I misunderstood it. Someone, when I was on stream, came to me and said I misunderstood. I responded to them and explained why that doesn't make any sense, and they just stopped responding, which I don't understand. So I'm really curious to see exactly what I misunderstood here. Hopefully he can really explain it well, because last time he just didn't do a good job in making me understand, at least. Or maybe even pick up a bike and fly.
Just because you can't do more doesn't mean it's less clunky. I'm saying that it's clunky, right? I'll guess, no break.
Okay, so clunkiness, I feel like, is a matter of perspective. To me, I don't think Wuthering Waves is clunky. I don't think so. But to him, I think it is. I think it's a matter of perspective. It's subjective, in my opinion. Because I've never heard of people saying Wuthering Waves is clunky. I think by far in gacha, it is the most fluid type of movement we have. Especially the most player-expressing movement.
Break? Yeah, basically. I'll guess, no break.
Because of sometimes lag and sometimes because of RAM leakage.
No, it's not because of lag, it's because it's literally clunky. You can feel it when moving. The characters are not very responsive, even on high refresh rate. High, quote-unquote, like 60 FPS. It takes a while for the characters to do what you want, and half of the time, they don't do what you want. For example, like I explained during my Wuthering Waves livestream, where I was pressing W using the bike. When I got off the bike and tried to run forwards, it kept dashing backwards. You know what I mean? Like, that's clunky. You cannot tell me that it's not clunky and just bad. Like, bro, yes, you can ride a...
See, this is the problem that I had with what he was doing. Sure, the issue with what you're doing is that you're trying to use that to frame Wuthering Waves as an inferior product. Because look at the title of your video, the so-called highest quality, most polished game. And obviously, when we look at you, you're obviously coming off very hyper grifty. I think that's what the Arknights Enfield, the Hoyo Shills, whatever the hell those are. It comes off like that. And that's where the issue is because you come off very bad faith and you're trying to demonize Wuthering Waves when obviously you're making a big deal out of something that if your framing was more positive and at least more well-mannered, I think a lot of people would have immediately followed up attack with you. But considering how you're coming at us, like, I'm sorry, but it's just it's a bit of a non-issue considering the history of the game and the complaints we have heard about the game. I think players are having more of an issue with the 50-50 system than what you're complaining about. Yeah. Food for thought. RAM leakage too.
Like, but it doesn't make it less clunky.
It could be. But that just means it's a machine problem and not necessarily a game problem. But then again, it is the game that's making the machine have that. This is just me guessing right now. I'm trying to make sense of everything. They keep circling back to each other. You know what I mean?
Like, it's not a machine problem.
Well, it's more demanding, and obviously, I feel like it is because I can feel the clunkiness in my laptop more than here. Because now that he's mentioned clunkiness, I'm trying to pay attention to it, and I can feel it from time to time now. Thank you for ruining Wuthering Waves to me, by the way. Freaking prick. But no, I can definitely feel it way more because my machine laptop is not as performing as my desktop. And yeah, you'll feel it. But it is a bit of a machine issue. I feel like for mega machines, yeah, I don't think they'll have those issues. I can safely assume so. He's basically self-reporting that his machine isn't the best for Wuthering Waves, for sure.
I literally played Wuthering Waves the other day, and I showed my graphical settings. Here, I'm playing at 60 FPS. I think I showed somewhere. Here are my settings that I use for streaming, by the way. I use higher settings when I'm not streaming. Current setup load, smooth, at 1440p. High, ultra high, ultra high. High. This is all for preference. Motion blur is all for preference.
If you want a smoother movement, shouldn't these go lower a little bit? Because obviously your machine can't handle them or something. Like, obviously I'm not the most tech savvy, but I don't know. Like, typically when I thought I have an issue with the game, I just lower settings and things get better.
Bloom is off for
It's a bit of a grandpa here, obviously.
Cloud density is off because I'm in Lahairoi. And everything that's off is for preference. Foliage density is on mid for preference, by the way. FSR off, running smooth at 60 FPS. I have a Ryzen 7600, it's not the best CPU, but it can handle like pretty much every game in the market. And I have a RX 7800 XT plus 32 gigabytes of 6000 megatransfers DDR5 RAM. And if you want to know more, send me a message. So no, my machine is not a problem. Are clunkier.
What he said. Yeah, so obviously it's the optimization of Wuthering Waves. Yeah, his machine is the best. I have no idea what he has, but yeah. Right, I know what he was saying. You don't know what he was saying. You don't know what those machine parts are. I know.
It emphasizes so much in movement.
I think the best approach to this topic is to log into cloud gaming. GeForce Now. You know what? I'm going to go and do that right now. All right, so
pick up cloud gaming and shove it up your fucking ass. I'm skipping this.
What the hell? Where did that come from? Whoa, relax, man. We're talking about video games. Just relax. Oh, what the hell? Here we go. All right, I think he's using his E now. All right, here we go. He started using the E. He's filling up his concerto energy. We could patches. That's bad. By the way, I pulled up GeForce just to confirm whether or not it's a machine issue or a game issue. That's why I pulled it out, because I'm still trying to make sense of the why. I'm trying to dig in for the why. And 3.5 was so bad, I couldn't even make my point while I was still recording. We can do it now maybe, but as I was recording here, oh man, that was not good, was it? Guys, that is bad.
Extremely bad. Well, in...
What? Nah, well, see, here's the thing. We're going to have to confirm once we can actually log in. But no, I think that's totally wrong. Like, compared to other gachas, Wu is by far, I can Spider-Man, I can fly. Like, what are we talking about? I have a bike that can fly. What are we talking about, boy?
Enfield. Again, more movement options does not mean less clunky.
But it compensates for them, because I never felt clunkiness because of more movement options. Yeah, I've never felt clunkiness until now, when a more demanding gamer like you nitpicked and pointed it out, where now even someone as casual as myself started noticing them. My favorite game of all time is The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is a game that came out around 2015. That's an old game. And sometimes the movement can be slow, and falling off, the fall damage is crazy. It can be very buggy sometimes, but it's still my favorite game of all time. Why? Because I'm more casual. I understand it's a video game. I'm not seeking perfection, and I can still enjoy them for what they are. I do. I think as gamers, you understand that not all games are perfect, and there are certain things about them that you're gonna have to navigate, because not all games are perfect. Yes, we should be striving for perfection, especially if it's a live service game where they can do constant updates, and it's just a matter of their willingness to fix things. Like, obviously, I'm with you there. But for someone like myself, I feel like this is a matter of perspective. You happen to be a demanding gamer. Clearly, you know the machine stuff and I don't know, the RAM, and you know the brand. I don't even know what I always forget what the hell is my graphics card is. I don't give a shit. I don't. that's just the reality of it. For gamers like myself that do not give a damn, we can easily overlook that. So depending on the circle you're in, if we go to demanding gamer circles, the general consensus is going to be what he's saying right now. This is a huge no-no, a turn-off for a player base like that one. However, for a gaming community such as the gacha one, where we're more on the casual side than demanding gamers, because, well, these are low-key mobile games, all right? And I don't know if what you heard, but for mobile players, they're not typically known to be the most demanding gamers. So a lot of players looking at these issues are going to be like, it's fine. Or they're not even going to feel it in the first place until you point it out. Kind of like myself. I've been playing this game since launch. I've never noticed those issues up until it was pointed out. And even then, I still have a hard time feeling them. Like I don't get it. Like I can feel it a bit, but I don't necessarily get it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes I totally don't even notice a thing. Everything is just amazing. Like, I don't know. I'm still in this weird space. But I do know I am more self-aware now with movement because of this prick. You ruined my experience of Woo, man. God damn it. Hence why you don't typically hear of this complaint that you're now complaining about in the space. Is because of the type of player base that governs the majority of the community of Wuthering Waves. I hope that makes some sense.
Does bro understand English? Because my main language is not English, but I can still understand it. I don't mind the movement in Wuthering Waves. Sometimes it bothers me when I'm playing, but it's not too much. It's not that I get turned off by it. But the topic...
Then what are we talking about? Because the framing you're using makes it seem like, oh my God, look at this, guys. This is oh my God, it's supposed to be the most polished. Like, obviously, it's a swing at the community. Like, don't pretend it is not. And that's what I was calling out. That's what I'm calling out. It's not necessarily what you're showing. It's the spirit in that is behind what you're showing. I'm going after your why. I know what you're doing. We're a few steps ahead of that. You're trying to make it so that we're tackling your words. No. I know exactly what you're doing. I'm tackling that. Obviously, we're with you. Issues like this should not exist. What you're saying, if it's at face value, is pro-consumer. We get to have a better product. Hell yeah, sign me up there with you. But considering the framing that you're doing, I'm sorry, it comes off very disingenuous. I'm just calling a spade there, man.
Just came out, it came to mind, and I talked about it. And I am not wrong. It is clunkier than something like Enfield. It has more movement options, but how many times do I have to say? It's not the same thing.
I don't feel like they are. Only once.
So you get turned on? Yeah, I would get turned on by good movement in a video game.
Maybe even pick up a bike.
Not gonna lie.
And fly.
You can pick the bike and shove it up your ass.
What the fuck? Alright, he's using his E again. So it was on cooldown. I guess he has a 1 minute cooldown on his E. Alright. Well, now we know. Chat, note that he has a 1 minute cooldown on his E. Apparently the bike, one of the best gadgets in gacha history, we can just shove it up our A. Okay. Sometimes y'all lose the plot. Like, see, he has us here in terms of lack of optimization within the patch. Oh, we're with you there. We clearly have proof that this patch has optimization issues for sure. But like, if everything is working smooth, and you can swing at the community with that one, sure. Yeah, that is a irrefutable, strong argument because we can all feel it. But the one with the jumping and stuff, what you doing there, man? It should. What are you waffling about?
First I jump, then I press forwards, and the characters go. If I do that...
So he's talking about lack of mid-air control. That's an okay detail to add, I guess, but I don't think it matters.
Oh, so I said
I've
it.
never
Okay.
really felt the need for it. Technically,
Yeah.
when I'm falling from a high up place, I have a certain degree of control, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I forgot about the glider on this one. Yeah.
That's all that matters. Like all in
I'm
all,
such an
the
unk,
game
bro.
is super fast. And also, don't forget, I think the reason why this happens is because you have a double jump, and I don't know how that works if you can double jump. All right, here we are. We're gonna do it with the Linnaeus skin for obvious reasons.
That's right.
Oh yeah, true. You do have a mid-air. Totally forgot about that. Why didn't he talk about this? We have a freaking glider. There it is.
Yeah, so...
If I double jump, which is the whole
What?
point.
Wait, what? Bro, when I'm jumping off a mountain, which is important because you can't do that in Arcanized Enfield. This is very important. What are you talking about?
You can.
Turn with the glider.
Yes.
I swear to fucking God, I have more turn radius with a normal jump on Enfield than you with a double jump and a glider, bro.
Control with the whole.
No, well, I have no. Hold on. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to launch the game. Well, I don't have to use the glider. I can just do something like this. There it is. I turned. This is a gadget we've had since 1.0, so no, you can do that. I don't know, but anyway, here we are.
Control with the whole goddamn glider. So I can also do stuff like this. Here, watch this. This is my favorite thing. Ooh, go ahead and try and do that in Arcanized Enfield, bitch.
But you know what I can do? Something that you can't? Do a full turnaround during the air.
Well, speaking of fluidity, this seems to me is a little more fluid than what you're trying to say with Arcanized Enfield. So, plus it's super fast and super flashy too, which is kind of what Wuthering Way is about. So, yeah.
You have a glider and you are 2 meters up and you cannot do a full turnaround. That's
It doesn't matter. I can just use the grapple. Because I was talking about mid-air control here. But whatever. See, because, he needs a gacha.
I have. You have more options doesn't mean it's less clunky, bro. Do you know what the word clunky is? Can I look it up? Clumsy, inform, or manner.
I did say we're going to lower ourselves a little bit. This is what I meant.
Awkward. It just feels awkward, inelegant, cumbersome. Cumbersome and inelegant is probably the best words we can use to describe this. Yes, you have more options, but it just feels weird. It feels bad to use.
See, I think again, it goes back to perspective. Like he's a more demanding gamer than I am. I don't really feel what he's saying here, but I'm more tolerant, I guess. So, again, matter of perspective.
It's
but he's trying to. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Doesn't feel like fluid or as fluid as someone would expect.
Enfield, bitch. So yeah, no,
I repeated the word clunky so many times, and Bruce didn't get it.
totally forgot.
But because we don't feel it, man. I don't necessarily feel it. Like I can walk around a little bit on Wuthering Waves here. I'm not gonna necessarily feel it. Like this, to me, doesn't feel that clunky. It feels good. I can do so much. See that? Like I'm just all over the place. Look at that. God damn, bro. It feels like I'm in a Spider-Man game, boy. What the hell? That is crazy as hell. It's just, I don't know, man. Look at that. That doesn't feel clunky to me at all. I don't know, man. I don't know.
About the glider because he also made us forget about the glider to paint his points. This is a bad thing.
I can do the same with the glider. And I can't turn the same way. I'm putting up Wuthering Waves. I can do the same shit with the glider, and it's not going to.
Well, you should have used Spider-Man, considering you know what your point is, and I was still trying to figure out what you're exactly trying to paint. You should just use the Spider-Man then. That's more good faith.
The same turn radius as Arcanized Enfield, with double the time, double the jump, and double the height. You cannot. You just can't. Not a double jump. Just air charge. He can't call it whatever the fuck he wants. Imagine Woa crashed. Just me or VXV game dropping frames while running. It's probably because of OBS. Because if he has 120 FPS option, imagine he's recording at 60 frames. So I swear, bro, if it happens. Oh no. And today, never played a game that does that in Arcanized, right? Now, can you do this in Wuthering Waves?
Okay. What's that?
Let's see if we can.
So it's midair control. Okay.
Right? Let's see if we can.
That's why I said you can double jump and you can midair control with the glider. So it is midair control. But if you're talking about turning around, because see, we were talking about turning around. So first it was, in my opinion, what I thought we were talking about was midair control. But then you talked about turning around. Turning around, you can easily do it with something like this. Just did. And then, whoop, see, she turned around. And plus you can do it in different angles as well. If you're not forced to do it left to right, but then you wanted to talk about turning around, going 360 or 180 or whatever, you can do that. So yeah, it's like I'm still trying to figure out what he's if it's clunkiness. Yeah, sure, from time to time I can feel that way, but beyond that, he's trying to paint the narrative that AKE's movement is better than Wuwa, which in my opinion is simply not the case, even from a general gamer perspective. Or maybe he's just a little too advanced for me. Maybe I'm just too much of a normie to see his point. What?
Doesn't look like it. I mean, she turns a little bit at the end.
Well, that's good. Then what's the problem?
Oh, also let's see like what I was talking about during the video. Jump and then press. You hear that?
Okay.
You heard that? See? Can jump then go forward. Can we do that in Wuwa? I was pressing the.
But can you press before jumping? Can that fix the issue? Yeah, there it is. I've turned to this side I wanted. Wait, hold on. Well, she's turning around. Oh wait, I'm turning smooth. Wait, what the hell? She's turning. Yeah, she's. Yeah, what the He's not doing it right. Okay, so jump, then press. I'll turn right. See, she starts turning. She doesn't turn completely, but she turns halfway there, which is, I guess, physically logical. But when you take into consideration also the double jump, I can complete my turn. There. Boom. That's pretty cool. There it is. I was turning, I double jumped, and she went to the other way. There, she turned. Okay. I guess let's continue. Maybe I'm still not getting his point.
By the way, there. Let's try it again. I'm right at the edge of the rock, right? So if I jump and press W, I'll fall off. I just land and walk off. Can you do this like in Wuwa?
Yes.
Oh, I guess she just walks when she hits the ground.
Wait, he's not doing it right, because I just did what he asked. And plus, he's not taking into consideration the fact that the game is built with double jumping and Spider-Maning in mind, especially double jumping. And obviously, double jumping, as shown, fixes the issue. You just combo two other buttons. Yeah, sure, it would be nice if we had better controls on the sitting there and just jumping, and you have better aerial control. And this, see, she didn't move. Okay, so I'll turn right, and I'm gonna try to turn left now. See that? She takes a small step. See, I let go the button at the last second. She turned. She turned to the other side, to the opposite way. So it feels smooth to me. Because here's the thing, because when he's talking about fluidity, I can't help but think about Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 was by far the best fluid game I've ever played. Like, they're the smoothest control ever. That's what I base it on. Yeah, sure, in comparison to that, it can feel a little bit clunky, sure. But Metal Gear Solid 5 was like in a league on its own in terms of smoothness of control. But for this one, and consider what you're complaining about in terms of jumping, like, I'm sorry, man, but here it is. Like, if I want to turn to the other way, I can safely do that. Okay, jump, press double. There it is. I turned. With not only that, with a lot more mobility, I dare say. And guess what? What else I can do? I can do stuff like this. So I'm gonna turn to I'm gonna shift to two other directions. I just need to remember. So jump, other side, and then I can go to the another side, to another direction through the grappling hook. This is what the game is built upon. Like, this is the idea of movement within the game. And you're not even doing the thing properly. See, again, you're not even doing your homework properly in showcasing the issue. Hence why we don't necessarily relate to what you're trying to say. And you're trying to present it as a means to shit on the game and attack kudu bats, but you're doing a shit job at it.
He turned off Bloom. I mean, guys, if you guys want me to like use the max graphics, I can. High quality. There you go. Frame MF off. There you go. But I'm turning off like the fucking motion blur. It's like dog shit. I can play Wuthering Waves just fine like this. Can use the bike.
Okay.
I can move around.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, there's no problem with me playing at high graphics.
Okay. So it's not the machine, it turns out, it's you. Okay.
Like, there's no problem. I feel no lag. So there's a skill issue on your part. You're not pressing W skillfully enough.
W chatter. W chatter. It seems to be a skill issue indeed, man. Because even Unk over here seems to be getting it right.
Yeah.
He's not doing it right. Look at that. Just here. Jump, press. She's turning. Jump, press. There. She takes a step ahead. And considering what you were trying to do with Arcanized Infield, wasn't it the same? Let me go back to the Arcanized Infield footage.
In Wuthering Waves.
So they have better aerial control in the first jump, the only jump they have, mind you, and that's his basis. But the game is built with a double jump. Yes, I do not have as much midair control in the first jump as I'm just sitting there idle. However, I can do stuff like this. If I'm walking around and I'm jumping, it's pretty decent. There. Wait. Pause. He's moving. Fudge. Hold on. I'm unking out. He's moving. Jump, turn. Okay. So move, jump, turn. Okay, so I don't have as much control, but it's still almost the same. And I can easily fix that by adding a slightly more buttons. Oh, if I'm dashing, it's a lot better. Because you can just jump and then turn around immediately, and you can even Spider-Man into a different direction if you want to. So, yeah, sure, you can have that. And sure, I can be with you considering the devs should work on that, sure. But again, considering the framing you're using this for, the why you're pulling up this this argument against the game, the framing you're doing, like, I'm sorry, but no, we are not buying.
Can I be in the middle of the rock? Can I be in the middle of the rock? Can I be in the middle of the rock? Do I have to walk? Even walking, I do 2 steps, and I turn. If I press again to be here, if I want to be here, on this spot right here, if I press again, I can't. I literally just tapped it. Look how much he walked. This is what I mean, right? The movement is not precise, so it feels clunky. It doesn't feel good. Look, sure, it feels good to dart around. Don't get me wrong. It feels good to like dart around, like get the bike. Now I can't.
Well, that's the point of the game. Because in Arcanized Infield, you're not supposed to be moving around too much. It's very restrictive in terms of exploration. The whole point of Wuthering Waves is exactly that. Those are games with 2 different approaches to their open world experience. The main focus is to walk around and do stuff like that. Of course, in a very restrictive exploring type of setting like Arcanized Infield, that one seems like a blessing in disguise. Like, oh my god, that one seems like a blessing. Like, oh no. But that's your whole basis? That's it? Come on.
Use it because of the fucking mobs. But just jump, grapple. Everything is in cooldown. Everything is going wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not intended to make Woo like look bad. So
yeah, can't you just edit these parts?
What I was saying, it's good to just come here, dart around.
Yes.
You know, like maybe get the bike.
Yeah.
You have
there
like
we go.
a shitload of freedom. You can jump. I don't know why he jumped backwards there. You know, sometimes I'm pressing W and it jumps backwards. Speaking of jumping backwards, I'm going to like show you guys what I've been. What the fuck was that?
Just finish your main story quest. Jesus Christ.
You see, that type of shit is like what feels clunky about the game. You know?
It's a story. Yeah, they do that.
Okay, I'm pressing W, by the way. See? And after some time, it went by. I'm going to keep pressing W. I'm pressing E.
Let's get moving.
And now it goes forwards. I don't understand.
Yeah, this is a thing about the game I've also noticed for quite a long time. Basically, it registers. Yeah, you just dash backwards. There, she's gonna keep dashing backwards. You know what? I'm unking out a little bit. Let me see. Let me understand this again.
You see, that type of. Okay, I'm pressing clunky about the game. You know?
Okay.
Okay, I'm pressing W, by the way.
Okay, so you're pressing W as she dashing backward. Okay, so I'm dashing backwards. I'm pressing W. Okay, dashing backwards. Well, hold on. See, dash, dash. See, if I click dash first without the W, the character dashes backwards. If I press them at the same time, the character dashes forward. If I click dash, she will go backwards. And even if I click W, it will not cancel, animation cancel the dash backwards. See that? Yeah. It doesn't dash backwards, simply does not have an animation cancel. You cannot take advantage of this because it's kind of like Genshin Impact. Because I think in Genshin Impact, if you dash backwards to dodge, you know, the dodge button, dashing, because it basically has invincibility frame. I think you can cheese out DPS out of the animation cancel that comes with the dashing. Because you can just do dash and then swing immediately. Maybe they're not allowing that with the dash backwards. See that? Hold on. Let me try and see if I can quickly swing. Yeah, it feels like she needs to end the animation. See that? Maybe not completely. Yeah, maybe not completely, but it does feel like she needs a little bit to completely finish the animation. Maybe just a power scaling thing, just to check DPS and taking advantage of mechanics, but you can easily just play right. Because I feel like you're playing the game wrong and you're complaining about the fact that the game isn't adhering to you playing the game wrong. You want to feel like you're playing the game right because of how you play the game, but the game tells you how to play it. It's W chatter for saying skill issue.
See? And after some time, it went by. I'm going to keep pressing W. I'm pressing E.
Let's get moving.
And now it goes forwards. I don't understand.
Yeah, it needs the animation to cancel. You cannot animation cancel. Yeah, you can't do that.
Now it's going backwards. See?
You're just doing things wrong. You're just doing things wrong. I can't believe an unk like myself is actually correcting you out here. And these young bucks these days with their graphics understanding and their RAMs and their stuff needs an old clunky guy like me to explain things. These younger generations are doomed.
I'm pressing W and spamming shift.
Let's get moving.
And now suddenly it goes forward. What the fuck? Like half of the time it goes backwards, half of the time it goes forwards. You guys can try.
You're just doing it wrong. I just did it. You're just doing it wrong. Clearly.
It out on your own game.
I just did. You're just doing it wrong. You just don't play the game correctly.
I'm not making this shit up. I'm still pressing W. Is there a way of like showing what keys I'm pressing? Like all that time, all these dashes from there to here, I was pressing forwards. Inconsistent result is worse than straight up not working? I guess so. But this is what I mean.
You can jump.
What else? Like a Volkswagen that doesn't break every week. Then
So it just became a piece of shit. All right, well, sure, whatever.
have a Porsche that breaks every week. Like,
See, there it is. And this is my issue. It's because you're trying to say this is a piece of shit, this is that. Like, you're just hating on the game. It's like, well, calm down there. Quality requires maintenance. Obviously, you have never dated a hottie. You should try date you out.
you you think you're dating hot work? Nah, bro.
Work?
Nah, bro. She's just using it and abusing you. You're not dating shit. She's
Hottie.
and
Oh no! Oh no! Holy projection! You don't know me! What is this? What? What is bro waffling about? Oh no, man, I'm crying. Oh, that's your art. Oh man, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Yikes. I'd pull out nudes, but I can't now, can I?
That's what's happening in Wuthering Waves. No, you're not playing Wuwa. Wuwa is playing you, bro.
Importance. Whatever you say, man. Well, if you were talking about in the gacha aspect, then we're with you there. But if you're talking about the game, the gameplay, what the hell are you even talking about? But also, again, I did mention at the start that we were about to lower ourselves. This is exactly what I meant. So you can see the loser type of aura and why I said that this comes off as a very lost individual. I think you can finally see a lot more easily why I think that. Maintenance. Maintenance comes with quality, unfortunately. Yes. I don't know what you heard.
Wait, what? Did he say that maintenance comes with quality? Isn't it usually like the opposite? Because when something is poor quality, it wears down more often and it breaks down more often than something that is high quality. Bringing out the car examples, like, again, if you have a car that needs to like change engine.
No, it depends on the thing. For example, a garden, a house, etc. Those are bigger house. Those require maintenance. Yeah, it depends on what we're talking about.
And I wouldn't call that high quality. Like, bro, what? We just have Ferrari is low quality. Ferrari maintenance is expensive, but you don't have to take a Ferrari to a dealership every week, bro. Like, being expensive to maintain and keep breaking down is not the same thing.
But see, he makes a decent point. The problem is how society looks at quality and what is deemed as quality. That's it. I see his point. It makes sense, but that just goes against the general consensus. And depending on what we're talking about. For example, you live in a big house. See, the argument he's making is like living in a big house. If you live in a big house, you obviously you have to do a lot more cleaning. If you have a garden, you have to tend to the garden. If you don't maintain, there it is. I said again. It starts crumbling apart. Does this mean big houses are bad? No. Why do we seek space? Why are they so expensive? If they were pieces of shit because of the maintenance required. See, that's not.
Yeah, but the foundation doesn't give in, does it? And it also depends on the quality of the house. Because if you buy a $1 million mansion, cleaning would be like maybe.
Well, the foundation of Wuthering Waves is good. What are you talking? Is he trying to paint the narrative that the foundation of Wuthering Waves, because of a single jump, lack of control in an idle jump, is a lack of foundation within the game? Is that what you're trying to do here?
Kuro sprinkling like down some flowers to make like your view better, you know? And the performance issues being like the foundation of the house giving in. It's not.
No, that's not what the foundation is. I don't know what you heard. No, that maybe it is to you. To me or to normies, it's not. Hence why you're kind of in the start of this movement. But yes, there is an issue there, 100%. We all agree, but the reason why we are still playing the game because it's something that can easily be worked around. It is annoying, it is a nuisance, but easily worked around. Why? Because of the foundation, of the true foundation of the game, which is exactly what you were showcasing earlier. In terms of the movement, the story, the characters, all that good stuff. That's it. That's the true foundation
Same
of a game.
Like, I can use that argument literally against you right here, right now, and that's what I'm doing.
You tried, that you failed.
You're saying, oh, big houses are not a bad thing. Yeah, they are not a bad thing if your foundation doesn't give in.
Yeah, the foundation of Wuthering Waves is good. You're trying to paint the narrative that the foundation is the optimization issues in every patch. I'm saying, no, that's not what the true foundation of a live service game is. Maybe it is to you. Again, I respect it for you. But for me, it's not. And I think I speak for a lot of normies when I say it's not. It's annoying, sure, once again, but it's not. Because the true foundation is what gets me into the game, into the house in the first place. And the foundation means it's good. Because despite all the nuisances, we still log in now, don't we?
And the Wuthering Waves Foundation is giving the fuck in. I would rather have a smaller house where I don't run the risk of my roof falling on my head, you know?
Not how quality works in society, and that's not how it works for you and I.
We go back to the same argument.
I understand what you're trying to say. That's just not how human beings work. I know it sounds
So
like
developers are
saying it
analogous
like that, but that's not how we work.
to the house
So
contractors.
obviously what you're trying to paint here is just not the general consensus. Therefore, a lot of people will look at you funny. But I do understand what you're trying to paint here. It's just considering the bad faith argument you're trying to again paint, I can't necessarily easily get in line with you on that one.
Which one of those would be higher quality? The
Like he's trying to say that because of the maintenance required, the product becomes lackluster. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. I mean, do you know the amount of guys that are tolerating crazy ass behavior from their girlfriends because they're hot? That speaks volumes.
which is they are doing it because they are fucking retarded.
No, it's because they're hot. It's because they're hot. And the reason why people, like you said earlier, buy Ferraris and they maintain those Ferraris because it's a damn Ferrari. Yeah. You can consider that stupid. Sure, I see why you would think that. But people do what they do. People like what they like. I ain't got no type. No. I make my own money, so I spend it how I like. It's that simple, man.
If you're
Consumer
actually,
mentality.
like putting up with a crazy bitch just because she's hot,
Yes.
you're mentally ill.
No. No. It's called being shallow.
Like, that's your fault. Should someone put up with a crazy bitch just because they are hot? Everyone's answer would be no. So why is anyone putting up with Wuthering Waves just because it looks good? It's
Because it's hot. Because it's a good game. It's a pretty damn good game, if I do say so myself.
a toxic relationship. And is that what he's saying? Like, people that play Wuthering Waves have toxic relationship with it?
Well, with gachas in general, I mean, one would say we do have a bit of a toxic relationship with them now, don't we, ladies and gentlemen?
Okay.
We need our 30 anime buddies. My man, a rule. And we know they want our money and stuff. But we're there anyway. In the chat here. Yeah, 100%. He knows. Anybody with a decent understanding of how things work can easily see that. Yeah, and look, they're obviously Russian. They're focusing more on the content being pushed more than the option.
That's the reason, not an excuse. Again, we go back to giving the reason, not the excuse. Oh my fucking god. Look, are we protecting like a company for delivering a half-ass?
I'm protecting the community from what you're trying to paint through this by trying to expand it to lack of movement and trying to create the comparison between AKE and Wuwa. And trying to spin it somewhat into a tribalistic thing. No, because you happen to have certain issues that are more subjective to you than the rest of the community, that are obviously more accentuated to you rather than us normies. That's it. But see, here's the thing. We respect you, but it seems that you don't respect us because you just, you're kind of... You're throwing a lot of shade here. Now, see, you're starting to lose me now a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Product.
Hopefully he can bring it back because we're still 16 minutes away from the end.
Is that the argument we are having right now? Because I will let you have that argument actually. Like, you are right. I'll give you that. We are getting a half-ass product, an unfinished, unpolished product, and the bots are eating it up.
It's slightly unoptimized. But the reality is, as soon as you log in, as soon as you deal with all those restarts, all those nuisances, it's a smooth, beautiful experience. You're making a big deal out of something that is easily being navigated. Please, do you hear yourself? I understand it's a big deal to you. I do. But for the rest of us, it's like I said at the start of the video he was watching, you just alt-tab and just let the game fire off. I see it at that point, it's like I'm cooking a meal or something. You just leave it on the stove, heating up while you do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Product, and the bots are eating it up and saying, great, give me more.
So he's saying us navigating that makes us a kudu bats, and that we're just happy with what he considers slop. But to me, it's not slop. And I think my arguments are valid as to why it is not slop. Because if it was to be considered slop, a lot more people would be voicing their displease with Wuthering Waves, which is clearly not the case. It's like, please.
But I already know I will watch VXV. I don't mind it. Protecting a company who doesn't even know who you are is hilarious. The thing is that the way that he's protecting the company, it's making it look even worse.
No, I'm protecting the community from the bullshit you're trying to spin.
Remove Adul's balls.
Because obviously you're working in bad faith. It's super obvious.
Now, look. I'll give him this argument because he's arguing against himself right now. So let's keep watching.
Optimization of the oh no. Oh man, what am I to do with my life? The program itself. They're letting that be a player problem, not a day problem, so that way they can be more efficient in what they're doing. Slash, well, why do we need to do that? You can just do that. Like, we have to pay extra money for all this polishing. Why? You just figure out alt tab and stuff. By the way, I'm just explaining here. I'm not defending. I'm just explaining things. A little bit more patient, and before you can log in, you'll log in. It's not like you won't log in. It's just a bit annoying. That's fine. Well, considering we're playing this shit for free. Considering we're playing it for free. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a very important thing. Remember that one.
It's not free. Your
Yes, it's free. If you navigate it properly, it is free.
time is not free. Your data.
You're building missiles. You're Elon Musk, right? Oh, your time is so valuable. I wonder what you're doing with it. And also, you have to entertain yourself. And this is the piece of entertainment you choose. So, sorry? What? What are we trying to say here?
Is not free. If you think they are not collecting your data, your spending habits,
Everything is collecting data about you. I think even Google is, everybody is. It's like, Jesus Christ.
you play the game, when you play the game, when you don't play the
That's
game.
internet 2026.
Wuwa is, Enfield is, Genshin is, every single one of them.
Yes.
Your time is not free. You are devaluing someone's time. I don't consider my time.
Bro, can we not recognize that we do choose to trade that time for entertainment, and the entertainment we chose to trade our time for is, for example, the gacha game in question. That's a choice. Like, why are we sitting here pretending like people's time is this so valuable thing when they're actively choosing that piece of entertainment for themselves? Like, when does responsibility for one's own action come into play in this equation he's trying to paint here? No one makes you trade your time for this. They actively choose to do so. So it's like, dude, what? Obviously, things need to be called out. But see, now you're just trying to use any type of argument to just fire back. Like, you're trying so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Free.
We'll take the L. Fuck it.
It looks like they don't even test the fucking game. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, I think people like over...
Yeah, Shazam a rule here. He says, make it first, polish it later. We see that a lot, don't we? Oh yeah, especially in live games. You see this a lot.
No, you don't. One thing...
I think I'll let him finish. I guess at this point, it's like, sure, you keep talking, man.
is overlooking a system that would be like quality of life. For example, the echo sorting in Wuthering Waves. I wouldn't call that lack of optimization or lack of polishing. It's just probably a system that they overlooked when making the game, and then they added it later on, right? Like, that quality of life is not related to the polishing of the game, for example.
I mean, Cyberpunk, the very game he brought up earlier, had insane issues at launch and had to keep getting a lot more polish and a lot more.
So when we look at Enfield, Genshin, and stuff like that, I mean, all these games, throughout all these patches, they don't need like constant fixes, constant like things like that all the time. And when it happens, it's like once in a while.
Hot fixes and updates because Wuthering Waves obviously require more because it's doing more. Can you do what you can do in Wuthering Waves in these games? No, so it's like that. But obviously, in terms of coding, because I think we've had game developers, like at least people that dabble in game developing and have a good knowledge in it, respond to everything that was happening with Wuthering Waves. And yes, obviously there's some some cutting corners, some laziness in that, but all in all, we understand it. We're navigating it, and obviously it's an issue. But see, you're trying to claim that Wuthering Waves is an inferior product because of that, when it's clearly not the case. So, no, like I'm sorry, we are not buying it. Like, your bad faith argument is what makes your point not hit home. We agree with you, but what you're trying to paint with it is something we disagree with. That's it. It's that simple. Because we can all feel, especially the optimization things, like we all know it. That's annoying. Yeah, we get it. We do. You can navigate it. Like I said, you're trying to say you're being a kudu bot or a slop eater, like you're eating shit because of it, and then you're starting to lose us. Then you're becoming problematic. This disrespect and this grandstanding is what makes you lose the plot and makes you look like a total freaking loser. That's what. Become a good game. Yeah,
polishing, not
it's
yet.
It's really the norm in the game.
See, every AAA is full of unpolished stuff. AAA is dog shit right now. It used to be good back in the day, but AAA is a fucking joke. It is a joke.
So first it was Wuthering Waves was no, and now AAA is bad. So which one is it? Like I'm getting confused over here. You're sending mixed signals. So when it fits your narrative. When I say a lot of the games behave this way, you're saying no, it's just Wuthering Waves. And now, when someone reminds you that AAA is in a shit spot, you can't confirm it. Hence, making my first point correct. But now, okay, make it make sense, man.
You shouldn't base yourself on AAA games. AAA games are a bunch of slop fest made by Twitter freaks, to not call it them like
no,
other
I'm
words.
explaining exactly how things are being done right now, and I can't necessarily fault Kuro Games for doing exactly what everybody else is doing in the market. That's just business, and it can be navigated through alt tabbing. It's not that big of an issue.
When it comes to quality, just alt tab, guys. Just alt tab.
Oh my! He's trying so hard. He's trying so hard. Oh my God! Jesus Christ! He's really trying! Oh, Jesus!
So is your game lagging? Just alt tab. Like, what?
Yeah, just alt tab, bro. It's doing its thing. Let it. But as soon as the game starts, I have no problem. And if your machine is as good as you say it is, you should have no problem. Or maybe, just maybe, you're just talking and you don't have that good of a machine, or your own PC isn't doing the best. Because I don't think my machine is as good as yours, and I have no issue as soon as the game starts. Or maybe your internet sucks. That could be a thing too.
I was talking quality. Meanwhile, like actual DIY Twitter freaks and games that have like actual polishing get thrown out the window as trash, like by the Kurobots.
It's not trash because of the quality of the game. It's just that the gameplay loop of Arknight's Infield is very neat.
I'm not talking about Arknight's Infield in specific here. I'm talking about other gacha games in general. But I understand the confusion because I am playing Arknight's Infield.
It's the one you brought up in comparison, so. And that's it. A lot of people will simply not resonate with it. And unfortunately, people tend to be quite aggressive, kind of like you are right now, in the things that they find certain displeased towards. Yeah, you're basically acting like a kudu bot right now.
Mainly because
the very thing you're complaining about. You're complaining about that behavior, yet you're participating in the very behavior you're complaining about. I always find that fascinating in the space.
They probably just prefer Wuwa, or most of the time it's because they haven't experienced.
I love how he didn't say anything about that. I love how he didn't say anything about that. Oh, no comment, right? All right.
These other games. Because again, whenever I hear like people say like, "Oh,
I'm not a Kurobot. I have tried both Arknight's Infield and Wuthering Waves. I have really tried to get into Arknight's Infield. I can see the charm of Arknight's Infield. The reality is the niche was just something not for me. It's that simple. It's not that hard. Does this mean Arknight's Infield is a bad game? No, it just means it's not for me. Art's gonna behave differently, kind of like you are right now, towards the thing that they don't like. All right, here we go. Finally hard.
Wuthering Waves. I don't like Wuthering Waves, guys. I don't like Wuthering Waves. I don't like Wuthering Waves, God.
Then why are you going in this hate brigade? Just because I don't like Genshin Impact anymore, and I have 100% in a lot of spaces too. Like, this doesn't prove anything. Like, it's not the point you're trying to paint, because a lot of us can get burnt out from a gacha after we have cleared a lot of the content. This doesn't prove anything.
Guys, I don't like it. I don't like it. This was before the fucking flight. I don't like Wuthering waves, guys.
Your wishes.
I surely don't. Not that I'm a day one player, by the way.
It's not what we meant. It's like what. See, you're just talking. You're just waffling, bro. You're just waffling.
It's so polished. It's such high quality. I always wonder to myself, like,
All right, we'll lower the polish to make him happy. All right, it's not that polished in terms of optimization. All right, fine.
and movement.
No, I just disproved that. Hush. When Unk could manage to do that and you couldn't do that, hush. Oh nah, that's bad.
Movement is clunky in Wuwa. Accept it.
No, you're clunky. You suck at the game. Period. You cannot move for shit.
You have more
You need me to make you cross the red light.
options. Doesn't make it less clunky.
But all in all, the game in itself, if I'm to compare,
Which is
Wuthering
the
Waves
whole
and Dark
point
Souls,
in the
they're both
fucking video.
open. They're both fantastic. But you're wrong. Clearly, I just did it. You're wrong. In games, they do. All in all, Arcanized Intel just falls short in terms of the gameplay loop due to the niche. And also, when you're flying around and doing stuff, does that feel clunky to you? I don't think so. It's trying to cater to. That's it.
Are we playing the same game? Muck is better.
Like bro's complaining about one instance of movement that is not as movement expressive as the rest of the movements that you can easily navigate by the expanded mechanics that Wuthering Waves offers in comparison to the rest of the gachas. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here, but for me personally, this is an individual level. I think Wu was graphics and fluidity in terms of movement, etc.
Oh my god, no, it's not. It's not fluid in terms of movement. Just because you have more movement options doesn't make it more fluid. Just because you can dart around and fly around does not make this kind of movement like unclunky. Right? I know you can do this. You can like fly and shit. That's awesome.
Yeah. Does that feel clunky to you? Yeah, you can wall climb and everything. You can jump on the wall, run up walls. You suck at the game. I'm sorry. You just suck at the game. Hold on. All right, here we are. So here's a bunch of cliffs. I think this is going to be pretty good. Unfortunately, I have to do some cleanup, I think. I can go this way. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to try and climb as much cliffs as possible. All right, here we go.
Stay close to me.
So I can double jump like this. I'm wall climbing, easy, smooth transition. I can do stuff like this. Wee. All right, that's the second cliff. Oh, snap. I'm running out of stamina. Well, actually, joke's on you. I have a second set of stamina. There we go. And here we go, man. Wee. I can just do, again, something like this. And then, you know what? Fudge. I don't feel like doing that anymore. I can just do stuff like this. And if I had Amy, it would be an even smoother ride because I could just then fly some more. And here we go, man. Look at that. Oh, that's so smooth, man. Look at that. Look. And this is coming from me and Unk. You gotta understand, like, I'm super unky when it comes to how I play video games, man. And look at that. I'm at the top of the mountain. Smooth freaking ride. Smooth ride. And I jumped over 3 cliffs. You couldn't jump over a rock. I wall climbed all of them. I can use the bike to recover my stamina. I can grapple hook to fully midair control. I have the glider as well. Bro, you're just bad at the game. Like, I'm sorry. You're just bad. You just self-reported being bad. And you're trying to make the excuse for yourself that the game is bad because you're bad at the game. Oh, the controller sucks. My controller broke. That's why I'm getting my ass beat. Shut up. You know what? Never mind. I could dunk. That'll just be mean, man. Anyway,
I always gave VXV Fiction the benefit of the doubt because he always starts off like, oh, let's see what he's talking about, then gives like the most dumbass analogies known to man. So on this video, he said that Wuwa is better because more movement options. That's the reason he said like Wuwa is better. My actual argument
there's also graphics. But again, I guess sure that could be up to perspective, that's fine. But I think the graphics are still the best in Wuthering Waves. The combat is still the best in Wuthering Waves. Could be perspective again, but I think in a general consensus we can all agree, especially for your average gamer. So what else is there? What else is there?
like my original argument was that Wuwa is clunky.
Because you have skill issue. I hope you can continue that.
Original argument, by the way. Thus, Wuwa having more movement options disprove my OG argument. He made a good point there. What's the point? I said Wuwa is clunky and gave an example of
You're just bad at the game, like, I'm sorry.
why it feels clunky. Like one of many that I could give. The bike is another one. Clunky does not mean it doesn't have more movements. They still have more movement options. And that's
So he's trying to say that I'm somewhat passive aggressive, which isn't the case. Like he wants this to be about him so bad. He wants this to be about him so super bad because he needs this to get off. He needs to think about me tonight so that he can get off. That's such loser type of behavior. It's nuts.
great. But these movement options feel clunky. Someone will listen to that clip who knows Wuwa and it will feel like bad faith. Bro, people have to know how to understand words. I don't like Antfield's gacha system and people interpreting like my game's gacha system is better than yours when that was not what was said, right? Someone that likes Arknights telling a Kurobot like, hey, I prefer Antfield's gacha system as to...
Excuse me for misunderstanding, because right off the bat in this video we were watching, you closed Wuthering Waves after laughing at the fact that it needed a restart and stuff, and moved to Arknight's Enfield and tried to pretend that it's supposed to be a superior product because of the movement and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry for the very framing you have presented. My apologies.
Wuthering Waves, and the other guy is like, what? No, like, no, Wuthering Waves.
And he took accountability for it at the start, and he said he understands, but now all of a sudden, look at the framing we're doing. Because, like, we just need to dunk. We just need to find something to dunk right now.
Gacha system is way better. But Roy's like, but I just prefer Enfield's gacha system, right? No, Wuthering Waves is objectively better. Arknight's Enfield sucks ass. That's not what he's saying, right? He's not saying that Wuthering Waves sucks. He's not saying that like Enfield's gacha system is objectively better. Bro just prefers the gacha system, as an example. And I see this like happen a lot. And it was basically what happened in this video. I said Wuwa is clunky, and bro interpreted as like Wuwa has like no bad movement, like or bad movement options for some reason. Then
no, I'm saying the issue you're complaining about can be navigated through the options we have in Wuwa as mentioned. As you can do something like this. Solved. Solved. Problem solved. And I just ran up 3 cliffs while you couldn't even jump a fucking rock. Like, oh my god, like, I don't think I've gotten this upset about a video for a long time, considering your attempt at being condescending and how pathetic they are and how out of character it is. Because earlier, even you said, right off here at the start, you said that you can understand how we can think that, because you were currently playing Arknight's Enfield and you were drawing comparisons from Arknight's Enfield, and how you have closed Wuthering Waves in frustration to open Arknight's Enfield and started giving comparisons then. You were understanding, but now apparently it's a problem. You see how loser you can come off as? I hope you can, and how, because we see you. I see what you're trying to do. We're not idiots. You're trying to make it seem like you're this, oh no, I'm being misunderstood. No, you are being understood. You are being very understood, dangerously so. This is such an aura loss. I don't know why you behave this way. You do not need this. You are above this. I don't know why you lower yourself to behavior like this. But here we are.
Bro gave analogies of like, so you stay with that girlfriend because she's hot, but she's batshit crazy. That's the second argument, which I don't think it's a good one because...
I was explaining behavior. That's not an argument. I don't know you. I don't care about you, man. I don't know you. Jesus Christ. I don't know you. For crying out loud, you narcissistic douchebag. I don't know you. Oh my God. I'm explaining things. I'm explaining behavior. It's like, duh, yeah, people are gonna take shit sometimes for the things that they enjoy, that they like. Yeah. Have you met people? Duh. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm explaining why things occur. That's typically what I do in the channel.
Of the color hot bitch theory. Yeah. HBT. Like, hey, HBT. That's what we're calling this. Then on third, he tried to
I don't know what that
disprove
stands
my
for.
car analogy with like, a Porsche or a Ferrari has high maintenance, but having
I
like
meant a house. I meant a house.
a high maintenance cost is not equal to breaking down every fucking week. And
People are willing to take that because we're shallow. Human beings are shallow. We are shallow creatures. Yeah, and that shallowness can make us seem and make us do things that are not strategically the best, but they're doing it anyway because people are shallow. There are brands that are based on this very human sentiment and consumer mentality that comes with shallowness. Were you born yesterday?
agree on that. So his fourth point was that it was like bad faith. Call me bad faith. And his fifth point, he said that it's okay for the devs to give us, guess what? Unpolished.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying we can tolerate it because I understand it. And when I understand, that's something I always say in the channel. When I understand something, I have an easier time navigating it because I understand it, and therefore I can tolerate it. If it's something I can get something out of that is good to me. Wuthering Waves offers me a good gaming experience to me. I'm more inclined to tolerate this. And what helps me tolerate this is understanding its origin. That's it. And I feel like a lot of players comes from this. Does this mean we would be against this be fixed? Hell no. But we can tolerate it for sure. But what we cannot allow is you using it to try and dunk on the game in bad faith. That's just not it.
Products. It's okay. It's okay. That's completely.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Here he goes. I think he's ulting right now. Yeah, I think he filled up his ult. He's ulting.
Fine, according to him. Like, yes, they don't care about
Okay, so why aren't you talking about the bad faith? Because you agree. Okay.
optimization.
Because I'm quite intrigued in how you just skip those. You just skip those conveniently so, because those might character assassinate your arguments. Because they're right, they're true. You just can't necessarily admit that now, can you? Yikes.
Yes, they rush the patch. They don't test the patch. They don't care. Why would they care?
No, they push it on you for sure. For sure. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just explaining things, man.
They just throw it onto the player. Like, that's a good thing. We're like, what? Scrum English stupid. I can see
No. So think about the logic behind this for a second. Think about this for a second. Bro is putting so much Kurubot energy on me when I'm clearly not. Then he wants to create an enemy out of me, and he's making me say things I didn't even say, trying to find pieces of a puzzle that doesn't exist, like a crazy girlfriend. I'm sorry, guy. First of all, I don't swing that way, and second, you're not hot, so yeah, I don't have to deal with that shit. And so, because of this, he's doing this stuff, and I'm just here like, bro, what are you waffling about right now? Where did I even say this or even allude to this? You're just making stuff up to make an enemy out of me because you need it to get off. You need this to get off. It's pathetic. It's below you. Just snap out of it, for crying out loud.
Now, why? Actually, I think Sate might have cooked with that one, not gonna lie. At least these people listen back to their points and see how stupid their takes are. The summary section. I don't think I'm wrong for talking about like how I feel about the Wuthering Waves movement on that specific. I mean, it was a bit out of pocket. I don't really remember like how it came to be. I think we were talking about polishing, and I gave an example of lack of polishment on something that has been in the game since the launch of the game, which is movement, like running, climbing, and stuff like that. Something that they could have polished like a while ago. I think it's a fair argument. Usually what happens in these kind of debates is that, so I make a point and someone refutes this point, right? Saying, no, you're wrong. So what do I have to do as an individual? Usually I have to go back to this point and prove why my point is true. But these arguments are so bad and don't attack the point at all that I just like look at these arguments and literally am using them against him, just saying like, yeah.
Okay, I just disproved the clunkiness argument you had multiple times. And also, you have bad faith here. I call out on you, which you didn't respond to. So what else do you have in your chamber? Like you're trying to, you know what? I'm not gonna say it until I have further proof, but I'm like 80% sure.
You are right. The game is unpolished. Yeah, you are right. You have more movement, but that's not what I'm talking about. Calling lack of optimization minuscule when it literally affects game performance and experience. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's okay. I can just alt tab. Bro, it's not okay. What do you mean, brother?
No, it means we can navigate it. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying it's okay as in I can easily navigate it. I'm not saying it's okay as a concept for it to be there. There's a difference. That's it. I know that not everything is perfect. Some things need some degree of navigation. Like I said with The Witcher 3, there are going to be bugs. There's going to be some things that I'm going to be careful of because I know sometimes some merchant is not going to show up if I were to do this or that. So like I'm going to have to be careful so that way I don't bug the game from unlockable content and stuff like that. Because the game, you know, it has a little bit of flaws. It's not perfect, but it's still my favorite game. It's not that it can be navigated. That's it. The pros outweigh the cons. You're trying to harp on cons that can easily be navigated and create a consensus and a conclusion about the product that is simply not there. That's it. Could be for you. That's fair. But you're trying to make it about everybody. Yeah, we're not with you there.
That is not an okay thing to have. It's not normal. It shouldn't be normalized.
No, you just said earlier that AAA games are very bad nowadays. That hence it became normal because of exactly that. It became the norm nowadays. Yeah, welcome to the problem. Why do you think a lot of gamers complain about AAA titles nowadays? Because of shit like this.
Like, people like these are the reason AAA games...
We're not saying it's a good normal. We're not saying it's a normal we like. But unfortunately, here we are. That's all I'm saying.
People like these are the reason like Ubisoft became what it became. What World of Warcraft became what it became. You know?
See, until stock started falling down, all these big video game companies didn't move. That's what it required. I'm just tired of being very passionate about certain battles with these companies. That's it. Like if there's an issue, if there's something I can navigate, I will just simply navigate it. And I'm tired of wasting that much energy on talking to something that obviously doesn't have enough of a reason to cater to my demands at that particular time. I know when they will. If they do, they do. And if they don't, they don't. I can still navigate it. And as long as I can navigate something to a good, tolerable degree, it's fine. Not saying it's fine as a concept for it to exist. I'm saying it's fine as in I can tolerate it considering the pros far outweigh the cons that I have to tolerate. That's it. Like a person in your life. Your friend isn't perfect. Your people typically are imperfect individuals like all human beings are. The best ones you find are the ones you can tolerate their negatives the best. And that whose pros far outweigh their cons as well. That's it. It's really not that complicated. You see it every single day. You live it every single day. But this is obviously a big deal now because we're going to have to use this sentiment to start tribalism. Again, the very thing he's complaining about, he's becoming. The irony. Oh, he's trying to make me that. Only projecting.
They are the reason because they are like okay with it. You shouldn't be okay with it. Like no one was okay with Cyberpunk releasing like a hot mess.
That was terrible. Like that's not a fair comparison. That was horrible. Shit, like kind of like Wuthering Waves at the start. That was not good at all.
Right? And they had to fix it, and they did. The game is amazing.
Like Wuthering Waves.
It's amazing. No one would have been okay with it if Antfield came out like a hot mess, unoptimized mess. It shouldn't be okay.
Like Wuthering Waves.
Those are not like really minuscule things.
Yeah.
You wanna know why? Because you interact with it every day. Don't forget, you start the game every day. So you restart every day. It's not like a...
No. Times it does when there's hot fixes. It's just that the hot fixes have really been more present nowadays than before. Hence why it's a problem now. but it still can be navigated because I'm not in a rush to play my 2D anime games. I'm not in that rush. Because I just have to do my daily whoop-de-doo.
Thing that happens from time to time. You do this like every day. You walk. You interact with walking every day. You interact with running every day. You interact with a bike every day.
That's a you problem. We have just shown that that's a you problem.
It's not a minuscule thing. You can ignore it and you can be okay with it. I'm mostly okay with it. I don't mind it much. Like, really. I might seem like I mind it a lot, but I don't. Bro, I've played this game for over 2 years and never once was I like...
Then why are you... Okay, let me hear that again.
I don't mind it much. Like, really. And you can be okay with it every day. It's not a minuscule thing. You can ignore it and you can be okay with it. I'm mostly okay with it. I don't mind it much.
Then what the hell? What is this guy? What? I'm so confused. Again, I told you, the only logical explanation is we're trying to get attention. Clearly. No debating. This is why he didn't respond to the bad faith one. It's so accurate. If it's not a problem, then why are you doing all this for 40 minutes? Jesus Christ. Couldn't you just go, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Because you're saying the exact thing I'm saying. You're saying you don't mind it. Then what?
I might seem like I mind it a lot, but I don't. Bro, I've played this game for over 2 years and never once was I like, hey, yo, the movement is like a deal breaker for me. It's not. It never was. But we cannot like sit here and say that it's good either.
This guy. Hold on, dude. This is something else. This is something else.
You know? And I just gave it as an example. I'm not complaining about...
Drama has ruined you guys' mental. Drama has ruined you guys. You are so craving, starving for attention and drama. It has ruined you. Look at what it's doing to you. Look at the fool you're making out of yourself right now. For drama. To get that nectar, that juice. Because you smell the syrup and you want it so bad. Oh nah, I'm crying.
Movement in Wuthering Waves. I just gave it as an example of something that doesn't have the same polish or attention as like other games. It is what it is. You might have more features, doesn't mean it's better. It's not a big deal.
No, you can use those features to navigate the same thing. That's like, again, through those features, I won't mind the thing you complained about. That has been shown to be a skill issue more than anything.
But when you've had a bad day or something, that shit would tick you. It actually pissed me off. Like there was one day where restarting WoW actually pissed me off and I just turned down my PC.
Based. That's what you do. Yeah, based. That's what I do too.
Turned it off and I went to bed. Like, I had a terrible day. I sit down.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for that daily shit. Oh no.
To play WoW, I think this was during like 2 point something. I was going to play WoW. I didn't play any other gacha game at the time, by the way. WoW was the only one that I was playing. Well, WoW and Nikkei, but Nikkei was on a downtime without any new story. So I was like, yeah, let me boot up some WoW and let me like play, you know? I booted up. Asked me to restart. I was like, fuck this shit. I pressed the power button on my PC and I went to bed. That's kind of what happened. It be how it be.
All right, there it is, man. There it is. Man, wow, what a roller coaster, huh? What a roller coaster. Make up your mind next time before trying to come at someone that isn't even trying to commit to you or anything. You do not need drama to be successful. You do not need drama to feel better about yourself. You don't need none of that. It's glorified. It's stupid. It's annoying. Just drop it. Trust me. As your senpai up in this corner of the streets, just drop it. You do not need it. It's fine. You're doing fine. You do not need it. You're beyond this. You're above this. You do not need this. I'm not your enemy. I'm just a guy like you that shares the same passion about this stuff. That's it. The only difference between us is that I'm more of a fulfilled individual than you are, clearly. So maybe after you finally get your episode, hopefully that can be to your satisfaction, and that way you can move on easily. But I do feel like you are being misguided. I do feel like my opinion about you still stands, that you and a lot of people within your chat, as I've been reading on, not all of them, but some, are misguided souls, that lost souls in the middle of a dark ocean. That I hope that through this you can wake up a little bit and witness that you're just angry individuals looking for an avenue to let loose a little bit, which is okay, but just make sure to do it in a productive manner instead of just you're coming at the wrong guy here, buddy. You're coming after the wrong guy. At the start and at the end, in the middle, you kind of schizoed out, but at the start and at the end, I think that's the real you. And that's someone I'm more open to have a conversation with. But whatever the hell that was in the middle, whatever the hell that was as you were trying to do that paint stuff, you are not cooking. You just I don't know, you're just going a little weirdo, and you think we cannot see beyond it because you are surrounding yourself with people that are in a similar boat, where you think you know better when clearly you don't. Unfortunately, you require an avenue to let loose, and unfortunately you friendly fired. Yeah, you just friendly fired right now. So yeah, there it is. I hope this can be of use. Unfortunately, you did get a rise out of me. I would apologize, but unfortunately, you kind of had it coming considering the bad faith you were doing. I mean, you play stupid games, you get stupid results. Am I right? And so, yeah, there it is, man. I think you don't need this. Really, like, the more you act like this, the more loser you seem, the more aura you lose. So really, rise above it. Make it be a learning experience. My DMs are open if you require a conversation, if you want to shoot the shit or something like that. We can be lost. I was lost too. It's very hard. Even now, I'm finding my way back. And still sometimes I can feel the pull of the world I left behind pulling me back to it. It's very hard to climb in a world that really wants to keep you down. So yeah, reach out. You're not alone. Any person, anyone looking at this, please reach out if you feel that you can relate to some of the things I'm saying. I hope you don't feel offended by them, but rather for them to be a wake-up call and a check to reality, and make you look within and face that which lies within, that is, for the most part, destroying you. Because believe it or not, for most people, we are our own worst enemies, unless chained, and then you become your greatest ally. So yeah, that's going to be me. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you.